to get ruqya for someone she heard in Malaysia, was present in Malaysia. You yourself can do ruqya on yourself. This religion is there for you to do it. You don't have to go to someone special. The Sheikh comes. We have the Sheikh is going to give a class, inshallah, after Salat al-Maghrib. I encourage you people to stay. He came with his wife. He's in Toronto. Hamid al-Tuwajiri, Hafidhullah. When his wife meets our wives, because she's the wife of the Sheikh, our wives say, make dua for us, make dua for us, make dua for us. You make dua for yourself. You make dua for yourself. Because in our religion, no one has some special thing. It's okay to have husn al-dhan about people, but the point is, in this deen, the knowledge is there for whoever wants to know. Learning your religion, knowing your religion is an opportunity, free opportunity. Free opportunity. No discrimination is involved between the man or the woman, old, Arab, non-Arab, and so forth and so on. So this is what we wanted to present today, inshallah, in the way of our introduction about some of the issues about Ad-Dajjal. And in the next 2 days, inshallah, we'll give more. So if you brothers have any questions about today's dars, you can put your question forward about today, because we don't want to move too far ahead of ourselves by opening up the door to entertain and address issues that are going to be dealt with, inshallah, tomorrow and the day after, bi-idhnillah. Any questions, ikhwani? Those sisters have any questions, they can write their questions. Naam, akhi. Salam.
In Surah Taha 15, Allah mentioned that Allah hide the hour. That means not a single soul will know for fact, for sure. Because Allah will, in that way, Allah will recompensate every nafs, every individual according to their strife. Because if we know for a fact, very sure that there will be an hour, even though only 1 day spent, those people who live in that 1 day will have more evidence, so that will be unfair for us, because it's different. Because if you are presented by strong evidence, then your iman will not be valid. So how we reconcile this?
The question itself is not clear to me. I didn't understand the question.
Maybe, should I repeat again?
Of course, if you want me to understand, inshallah.
Okay. Maybe if you can read the Surah Taha number 15.
What's the question?
Question is that because Allah in that Surah Taha number 15, Allah hide the hour. Hide means there will be no hard evidence, hard fact, right? Because if somebody sees the fact, right? So the hour, people will know that it will come in next day, and one year or 1 year of time, whatever. So it is not, it's very clear. So how we reconcile this?
I don't think, and I don't understand that the ayat means that there are no facts. If Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned, and the Prophet mentioned, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that no one knows about the hour except Allah Azza wa Jal, it doesn't mean that there are no hard evidences and there are no hard facts. It simply means that he didn't inform the people as to the exact time and moment of the hour. It doesn't mean that it's not coming or it's not going to happen. they have many signs and they have many indications and they have many pointing issues to it, isharat, that give them an idea of it's close, it's going to be on Friday, certain things are going to be happening, like these facts that we see going on. And right now, these are facts that the Yom Al-Qiyamah is coming because the Nabi prophesies all of these things, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the fact that people don't know the exact moment when it's going to happen, and Allah kept that from the people, doesn't mean that they are not facts. It doesn't mean that they are not hard facts. So I'm not quite sure about what. Let me have the green one. Oh yeah, this one is okay. Surah Taha. He's referring to what ayat? Well, if it's that ayat or other than that ayat, all of the ayat and the ahadith that mention about Yawm al-Qiyamah and people not knowing. This ayat and every single ayat doesn't mean that that there should be any doubt about Yawm al-Qiyamah.
Yeah, of course, but I just try to understand if the person that comes down, and that is the real hard fact, the proof, so that will nullify that ayah. If Dajjal is a person.
Allahu A'lam. Allah A'lam. I'm not really understanding the question, but inshallah we'll try to deal with it later. Faddal ya akhi. Salam.
All this that talks about the Dajjal, are there any metaphors or any symbolism involved or anything like that, or is it just whatever the Prophet said?
No doubt there are metaphors in Al-Islam. The brother wants to know concerning the Dajjal, are there any metaphors or symbolisms, or is it exactly as he mentioned, is zahir and apparent, and there's no room for interpretation? It just means what he says. The way that he expressed himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used metaphors and he used similes and similar tools in order to get people to comprehend what he was saying. Like the hadith today for the Jummah, Islam is going to fade away the way a thobe fades away. So that was given as an example that everyone can appreciate the way that the thobe fades away, and so forth and so on. The example of the good word is like the good tree. It's firmly established in the ground and the branches go out in the sky. So there are similar tools and there are metaphors. Some of them are so clear, some of those are so clear that you know it's just an example, it's a simile. It's so clear, so you know it. The example of those people who disbelieve is like the example of the dog. If you bother him, he'll pant, and if you leave him alone, he'll pant. Meaning whether you give him dawah or don't give him dawah, it's going to be the same response. But doesn't mean he's like a dog. He's a real dog. So it's so clear, saying that he's low, not going to benefit, giving him dawah and so forth and so on. But generally speaking, when the Quran comes to us, the ayat and the ahadith, we take them on their apparent meaning. And it's not permissible to take that apparent meaning and to switch it off to some interpretation here or there without some proof. Without some proof. Because if we were to do that, then this individual could say all of those ayat that command us to do salat. Salat is a metaphor. And salat means, in his mind, whatever he wants it to mean. This one over here, he says that the jinn, there's not a creation of jinn created from a smoker's fire. The jinn are bad thoughts that we have. And the malaika are the good thoughts that we have. And there would be no end to that. So when the people came and took the Dajjal and said that the Dajjal is the TV, does the TV have some Dajjal-like characteristics? Yes, a piece of equipment that is filled with lies and untruths, making things seem like they're not the reality of what they really are, what they're doing in Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, and all of those other places. But the general rule in Islam, akhi, is ayahs of the Quran and the Sunnah, we take them apparently without explaining them away, unless you have some proof to allow you to do that. And if you do it and you take the liberty, then you're on a way of destruction. Akhi Hassan. Huh? The ikhtilaf of the companions, ikhwani, the meaning of ikhtilaf that the companions had in Aqidah is not that they had the ikhtilaf in the names and the attributes of Allah like the people of innovation. It doesn't mean that. That the people of innovation will take the names and the attributes of Allah and explain them away. Allah has a hand, and they'll explain it away because they don't want to establish that Allah has a hand, two right hands that befit His majesty. Allah comes down in a way that befits His majesty. They say, no, the rahmah of Allah comes down. Allah is shy. All of those characteristics, we take them apparently, just like that, without saying it's metaphorical and it's meaning this, it's meaning that, and it's like this, it's like that. So that's not the meaning of the ikhtilaf of the companions in these few issues of Aqidah. They had ikhtilaf because you can understand it from two different angles, like Ibn Siyad. Some proofs suggest he's the Dajjal, and other proofs suggest that he's not the Dajjal. And from those issues, the Khawarij, were they Muslims or were they kuffar? Some of them say they were kuffar. Ali ibn Abi Talib said they're not kuffar. The person who's punished in the grave because of the wailing and the crying of the living. There's a hadith that said that. إِنَّ الْمَيْتِ يُعَذَّبْ بِبُكَاءِ الْحَيِّ. The person who is dead will be punished because of the wailing and the screaming of those who are living. Aisha said, don't say that. Don't say that. Because of the ayahs in the Quran. لَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وَزْرَ أُخْرَى. No one will be held accountable for what somebody else is doing. But those other companions said, no, the Prophet, he said that, and they explained what the hadith means. Another example of that, Khwani, is, did Allah's Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam see Allah when he went for the Isra wal Mi'raj? Did he see Allah? Some of them said, yes, he saw him. Others said, no, he didn't see him. Because just as you can't see a Dajjal in life, just as when Dajjal comes and says he's Dajjal, you know he's lying because you can't see Allah. When he says he's Allah, you know he's lying. Can't see Allah in life. So the Nabi didn't see him in life. So that was one of the issues that they had ikhtilaf about. So it was only a few issues, and it was because both sides had some proofs. And again, the scholars were able to explain plausible explanations. What's the middle understanding of the two opposing views? The dead person will be punished because of the screaming and the wailing of those who are living if he told them to scream. If he didn't teach them the adab of so he's going to be punished. As for he told them not to do that and they did it anyway, he's not responsible for that. Allahu Tabarak wa Ta'ala, the Prophet saw him, but he saw him with the basira of his heart, not with the eyes of his head. Sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam. As for the issue of the Khawarij, it was just an issue. Some of them just say yes, some of them said no. So it was only a few issues. He said that you should seek refuge, oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from the adab of the qabr, from the adab of the punishment of the hellfire, from the fitna of the life and the death, and the fitna of the Masih Ad-Dajjal. And he used to say that before he gave the salams, but some scholars say you could say it after. Inshallah, it's preferable that you do it within the salat itself, and Allah knows best. Faddal akhi, aywa.
So you briefly discussed the New World Order, and you said it's a smaller fitna compared to Dajjal. But do you think, given the evidence that we see around us, that that could be a stepping stone and basically an organization that is setting up the stage for his coming? Because obviously he won't just come and run, everybody's going to accept it. A stage is being set for him to come.
I believe what you're saying is absolutely true. The stage is being set for the coming out of the Dajjal, but put the New World Order, put the brakes on and put it in neutral and put that on the side for a minute. The stage is being set in that Muslims are ignorant, and we leave ourselves ignorant about our deen, first and foremost. Let's not project all of the blame on the New World Order. New World Order won't have the ability to harm us if we had proper iman and proper actions. We'll destroy that New World Order bi-idhnillah. But when we don't have proper iman, when we're not praying, we're not doing the right thing, then the New World Order is a direct result of our situation. So no doubt, akhi, no doubt, the time that we're living right now, this stage is being set because there are a lot of things that are being passed as being truth, and it's falsehood. And things that are being passed off as being falsehood, and it's the truth. He said he's a Wahhabi. He's Wahhabi. Shukran, my man. Why is he a Wahhabi? Because he wants to call to Tawheed. So in that man's mind, a Wahhabi is someone who doesn't like the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's a terrorist. He's fanatical. He's a fundamentalist. Well, what do you mean by that? So no doubt the stage is being set for the Dajjal. And when he comes, even without all of this Hesa Besa stuff going on, he's going to be effective. So now with the Hesa Besa, it even makes it that much more of a challenge. Any more questions, Ikhwani, from the floor? Tfaddal ya akhi. No doubt the Ya'juj and Ma'juj are here, and they are somewhere every day that they come out. They're trying to break down the fence and the partition that is keeping them from breaking out. They start off in the morning breaking it down, and they make a hole, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and then at the end of the day, they have to go back, and the hole covers itself back up. And they're a big fitna. But it seems they don't have the ability to get on top of each other's backs, to make a ladder and get over the thing. They're just going to break through the thing, and it doesn't work. But one day it's going to work. It's going to break through. So the Nabi said that. He woke up and he was in a state of shock. And he said, وَيْلٌ لِلْعَرَبِ مِنْ شَرِّ الْقِتَّرَبِ فُتِحَ مِنْ رَدْمِ يَأْجُوجُ وَمَأْجُوجُ هكذا. Woe unto the Arabs, the Muslims, from the evil that came close. This thing of Ya'juj and Ma'juj has been opened like this. So he told his women, get up and make salah. It may be that a person is dressed in the dunya, but he'll be naked Yawm al-Qiyamah. So he taught them, and Imam al-Bukhari brought this hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari to show the permissibility of teaching at night, because he woke up and he told his people this knowledge and told them, get up and make salah. So it's just not information. Is doing something about the information that we learned, something about the information that so they are here. And another issue, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Ikhwani, we have to stay balanced. Technology, Allah allowed human beings to accomplish a lot, especially in the West, America. They've accomplished a lot. Nuclear energy is the non-Muslims who are doing that more than anyone else, and other aspects of cutting edge technology. But it doesn't mean that they are Allah. It doesn't mean that they have all of the answers. And it doesn't mean that they are omnipotent. Their satellites, they have not been able to identify where are Ya'juj and Ma'juj. They don't know where the Dajjal is, and he's over the water. Either they don't know where he's being kept right now. They don't know that. So we have to stay balanced and not go overboard and think that Kuffar have all of the answers and they know everything. Okay, we're going to deal with these issues, these questions right here from the Ama of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and call it a day. This person says, has the Dajjal come to the people in the different forms before? Allahu Alam. I don't know that a Dajjal had any other form other than what the Nabi described and mentioned about him. Does the Dajjal have an eye like a broken grape on the left side of his head? Yes, he has an eye that looks like a broken grape that protrudes out of his eye. One hadith said the right eye is like that. Another hadith said he has a problem with his left eye, as we mentioned. One's a Bukhari, the other one is Muslim. This person says the Dajjal doesn't have straight legs. Is that true? Is he bow-legged? No, I don't think a Dajjal is bow-legged.